I'm going to share with you what will be one of the most interesting YouTube videos that some of you may have ever seen on our channel. How a satellite picture reveals God's name on the Israeli mountains or on the mountains of Israel. Now, before I show you this, I have to give you an explanation and give you the lettering. We were at a shop, Gideon Shore, myself, Charlie Ellis, and I believe that it was a shop owned by my friend Shweki. And there was a satellite picture that had been made of the entire nation of Israel. And it was a legit satellite picture. And I had brought that picture back. I bought it and brought it back. And I had pasted it on a board. And my guide Gideon, who, of course, he's Hebrew, he says, Petty, this is amazing. I said, what is it? He said, the shadow of the mountains are actually in the shape of certain Hebrew letters. And then when he looked at it, he gave me the letters, he interpreted it, and he was stunned. Now, we found out that this is not something that was placed there. This is not something that was inserted. This satellite picture was actually made about 20 years ago, or maybe longer. And it's just the shape of the mountains. Now, before I show you that, listen to these scriptures. Deuteronomy 12:26. Only the holy things which you have and your vowed offerings you shall take and go to the place where the Lord chooses. So there's a place that God chooses in Israel. Deuteronomy 12:6, but you shall seek the place where the Lord your God chooses out of all the tribes to put his name for his dwelling place, and there you will go. So God talks about placing his name there several times in Deuteronomy. Now we know that literally is the city of Jerusalem. And there's a whole nother story behind Jerusalem, by the way. But anyway, 8 times God mentions a place he puts his name in the Torah, the 5 books of Moses. He mentions Abraham called when he was on Mount Moriah. Remember the story of Genesis chapter 22. Abraham takes Isaac, goes to the top of Mount Moriah, puts him on an altar. And when God spared the life of Isaac in Genesis 22, verse 4, he goes to the land of Moriah, to a place where God chose him. Then later, he calls the name of the place Jehovah Jireh or Yahweh Yireh, meaning God has provided. God himself has provided. So this place became the place of the temple where the sacrifices would be made. In the time of Melchizedek and Abraham in Genesis 14, it was called Salem. In Genesis 22, it was called Yahweh. So when you put Yahweh with Salem, Yerushalayim, that's where you get the name Jerusalem from. In 2 Samuel 24, David went to the top of Mount Moriah. In Solomon, 2 Chronicles 3 and verse 1, built the temple on Moriah, Mount Moriah. And this is where Abraham offered Isaac. And this is the place, the literal place, where God said, I will put my name. So it was the place where sacrifices were made to God for over 1,000 years. Now let's look at this particular mountain in Israel, because this is interesting. The satellite photograph is actually showing the shadow that the mountains have formed, and there's a shadow between the mountains. It's north of Jerusalem, where the shadows are on the mountain, where Jacob once lived. Jacob and his sons once lived. There appears to be a form in the similar to the Hebrew alphabet. We see Ki, Luz, Yahweh, Ephraim. Ki is Kaf, Yud. Luz is Lamed, Vav, Tzion. Yahweh is Yud, He, Vav, He. Ephraim is Aleph, Peh, Resh, Yud, and Mem. And what is interesting is the city of Luz is an early name where Jacob dreamed the dream. And the Bible tells us that the ladder came down from heaven with angels going up and angels going down. And he said, this is the gate of heaven. It is where God confirmed his covenant with Jacob. Now, the name Ephraim in Hebrew means to be fruitful, and Ephraim was one of Joseph's 2 sons. So we can take Ki Luz Yahweh Ephraim, and we can make a sentence that goes like this. Because of Luz, and that was the old name for Bethel, by the way, the area of Bethel. Because of Luz, the Lord God, which is Yahweh, hath Ephraim made me fruitful. Because of Bethel, because of Luz, the Lord God hath made me fruitful. So that's what those letters, and we'll show you, this is the satellite map. Nothing's been added or taken away. And hopefully we can point out the Key, Luz, Yahweh. And again, they're not perfect letters, but my guy looked at it and read it to me. He said, there is the Yod, the He, the Vav, the He, there's the Aleph, the Pelesh. And I'm sitting there in amaze. And this is over 20 years ago. So when people will say something to you like all that stuff in the Bible is crazy and there's nothing to Israel, it's just a piece of property with a bunch of mountains and dirt, don't believe them, because it is the place where God put his name. Now, I think this is interesting. I think this needs to be shared with your friends that love revelation and insight. Share it with as many people as possible. Give it a thumbs up, because this is the kind of stuff I love teaching. I've sort of got away from teaching this. This is what my ministry was known for in the earlier days, was these type of Hebraic truths, Hebraic revelations, Hebrew word studies. And so we're kind of getting back to that. And a lot of people have never heard us share these things before. And I said, you know what? We have so many people around the world that are new to the ministry and so many new partners. I think we need to share that with them. And thank you for partnering with us. We have a great partner ministry. If you'd like to contact our office, partner website, just so many things we don't have time to get into. But we thank you for our older partners who've been with us for years and our newer ones as well. God bless each of you. Keep watching, because as you know, we always have something new or exciting that we offer at the end of each YouTube video.
Are you ready to unlock profound prophetic insights and explore the mysteries of God's divine plan? Perry Stone invites you to dive into an extraordinary teaching resource that unravels ancient truths, spiritual warfare strategies, and end-time revelations. Introducing a dynamic collection of audio teachings designed to equip and inspire believers in this prophetic season. This powerful prophetic resource features 3 insightful audio CD sets, plus a bonus CD packed with surprising revelations about the rapture. The first teaching of the 2 CD set is titled The Battle of the Gods and Beasts, and dives into a stunning exploration of ancient false gods and their modern-day spiritual implications. Discover how Christ countered the dangerous idols of the Roman and Greek empires and how these revelations impact spiritual warfare today. The second CD examines the future 2 beasts rising, revealing how 2 demonically influenced men will fulfill key apocalyptic prophecies. The second 2-CD resource, Yahweh's Prophetic Clock, enters the much-debated subject of how God is counting prophetic time to establish the timing of the rapture. This teaching explains the mystery linked with the number 7 and the numerous other prophetic cycles and patterns. This eye-opening 2-hour teaching provides one of the clearest explanations of God's prophetic calendar, offering fresh insights that will deepen your understanding. The third audio teaching, When Angels Show Up, includes 2 compelling messages. The first reveals the angelic covenant of protection, an essential understanding for navigating this dangerous season. The second message, How to Release Angels During Prophetic Seasons, teaches how to access heavenly messengers during times of increased demonic and angelic activities as prophecies are being fulfilled. This is an important revelation on angels. We are also including a bonus CD, The Chaos of the Rapture. Within 48 hours after the rapture, the chaos of Revelation 6 will be unleashed. Learn how millions of people missing and the atomic effect of the rapture and resurrection will send the world into darkness and complete confusion. This comprehensive teaching package includes 3 teachings, 6 CDs, plus the unique single CD on the chaos of the rapture, offering over 7 hours of prophetic teaching. For a limited time, you can receive this prophetic teaching package for a donation of $30 or more. Call us toll-free at 1-888-21-BREAD. That's 1-888-212-7323. Or order online at perrystone.org. Additionally, you can write to us at Perry Stone, P.O. Box 3595, Cleveland, Tennessee 37320, and enclose your gift of $30 or more to request CD package offer YP-147. This package is also available as a digital download on our website. We look forward to hearing from you soon.
If you enjoyed this YouTube content, there's an important website you should know about: perrystone.org. Perrystone.org is an essential resource for the latest books, audiovisual presentations, and digital products from Perry Stone Ministries. Resources that cover the same kinds of topics discussed in the program you just watched. Stop in and see all that's available at perrystone.org.